Hello everybody, welcome back to Wallaby Racing League. We are here tonight for tier number 1 at the Circuit of the Americas, the American round here at Wallaby Racing League. Tier 4 raced at Vegas, tier 3 raced at COTA, tier 2 raced at Vegas, and tier 1 also has happened to vote for COTA. So that is where we are at tonight. Some changes since last week. We have got the big return of Campbell Adams into the league. He is making his return. Has not touched this game reportedly since November, October, I think. So this will be interesting to see how he goes on his return. He's bringing back the OG name as well of PCHR. So OGs will know that one, and we'll get that. But we've now got Jono starting his lap. Championship leader as well, by the way. He took out the win in Singapore last week. It was a great win for the Aston Martin driver, and he's looking to defend that tonight. Everybody knows who PCHR is, yeah, exactly. They don't know his lore, exactly. Only OGs will know the lore of PCHR. Season 7. And believe it or not, he was originally in McLaren when he began league racing at Wallaby, before getting traded to Mercedes, and we don't want to keep going. And my internet is wobbling. Yeah, we are wobbling. Should fix itself. There we go. I think I fixed it. I hope it didn't start a new stream. There we go. I think I fixed it. I hope I fixed it at least. Alrighty. And oh dear, Mr. Jono has picked up a 5-place grid penalty for colliding with Did He Do It? Now, I actually don't know who this is. It's a full-time driver for RB. Also, where is our grid? We've only got 4 drivers missing. We don't have Alex Healy, but lots of things. Fat Cat goes to the top with a 30.460. And Funhoff P4. Okay, good. It wasn't Wallaby on live twice. I didn't kill the stream. We're all good. Yeah, what I was trying to say before was... Right, they're all coming in quality, I'm guessing, yeah. What I was trying to say before was... Before my thing died. And it is still lagging again. Oh my god. Come on. Yeah, I think it should be okay now. I've just closed everything. I had Discord. Hopefully it doesn't keep going. Anyway. Yeah, he is in the discussion. But we'll see what happens then. We'll see what happens, but obviously, yeah, he's been talked about a lot. But we will see, we will see. So it is currently Fat Cat, who's on provisional pole with a 30.4, and then PCHR 2/10 behind. A little less than that with Leoparded in third, Jamie in fourth. This is the big battle now. I think we're going to see throughout this next little while of the season. It's Alpine versus McLaren, who've got a very strong lineup across both teams. So this will be the highlight, the headline of the Tier 1 Constructors Championship. While you've also got Jono in the drivers fight and Alex Keeley and a few others as well. So we will see what happens. Obviously a long way to go in the season. We are only at round 6 and still a long way to go left in the season. So Fat Cat's on an outlap. We got Campbell Adams coming into the pits. He is done first lap. No one's on a lap except for Jorgo. So I'll have a look at how Jorgo goes through the middle sector. The tricky sector here at this track, and then when you go down the straight, a very blinding sun awaits you. Thank God it's not F122, otherwise it will be even worse. But coming down, hard braking, downhill braking, have to really lock the steering going into the corner to get the car turned in and stopped. And then it's a very tricky section to get on the power. And then braking as well. It's a very challenging section. And when you get it right, it definitely rewards you. Then the triple apex, triple right-hander corner, and turns it to a slightly more difficult left-hander, especially if you're running no line. But then max power out of the final corner to then come to the line and take P7. Pop top Bungo now. He's actually in none, but I think he has begun a lap. So we'll see what the Williams driver can do. Satisfying first sector at this track. It's very, very nice when you go through it and you get on the power. Just got to be a little bit careful. Very easy to lose traction there on that exit there. And you head downhill. First sector more well and truly completed now. And then ready to go onto the back straight once again. Making that DRS burning quite a lot of the battery before heading down into turn the final sector. And now we'll see. Fat Cat hasn't validated. I was going to say we're going to watch him, but he is invalidated, so he's going to come to the pits. And we will now go on board with Campbell Adams and Leoparded for their hot laps. So here we go. Campbell Adams starting his lap. The return to Wallaby, hasn't raced since Monza last season. Last was a full-time driver back in season 7, ultimately being a major part in the championship clinching moment between himself and Leoparded in that also dominant Mercedes team. Very, very smooth run through that first sector. It's nearly 2.5 tenths improvement on the absolute limit. And heading down the hill into the middle sector. Oh, technically he was full-time last season. I have made a mistake there. Technically he was. So we'll see. It's 3.5 tenths the improvement in that middle sector. He's definitely bringing the heat to Fat Cat at this moment in time. Is Campbell Adams getting clipping that apex very, very well before the triple right-hander. You just want to burn all the battery here and get the maximum amount of time in these corners. It's make or break through here, round the final corner up to the line, and it's going to be a 30.259, which will go fastest. What does Left 4 Dead have in the tank? Is there going to be an improvement? It is a very, very slight improvement, but it is not enough to improve position-wise. So, 4th place still for our reigning champion. Oxchillo challenging as well, only a 10th.5 behind in 5th. So, got his first podium of the season last week in Singapore. A return to glory possibly for Oxchillo, which is what we hope to see. As he's gotten podium every single season that he has raced full-time in Wallaby since season 4. I would say win, but that's an absolute lie, unfortunately. He's got two seasons where he's won races, so can he get a win this season to make it 3 seasons in a row with a win? After being winless for so long, he was able to clinch victory in season 8 at Zandvoort, and then dropped his full-time seat, came back the following season, and he won in round 2 at Brazil. So he's had some good performances, and now ZK is on his lap. So one of the few guys that are actually on laps out there, Jono as well, but hasn't validated. So unfortunately, he will not be improving. You see the Red Bull going through. He's 2 tenths up. He's actually gone purple in that first sector. A little bit off in that. And the start of the middle sector there. Speed carried did not look as well as Campbell Adams, but he is, I'm sure, still up on his time as we now head towards the final sector with ZK. Is he up still on his time? He's definitely, he's half a second up. This is a very good lap so far for ZK, which will put him into the top 6 if he can pull this off. I think it's top 7 actually, depends if he can go quicker than Jono. So this has been a solid lap here from ZK, and now comes around the final 2 corners, slides the car through and into the final corner, and all power to the line and burning, and it's going to be a, yes it is, P6, 30.8. Good lap there from ZK as we await the drivers to come out of the pits and start their final runs in this qualifying session. And Moss has joined as well, so someone's left, I think. Or is that, we just had Alex Keeley join, that was it. I've never noticed Moz was here. Apologies, Mozza. So it looks like ZK won't get another lap in, but everyone's coming out of the pits now. And McLaren's are leaving him very late. So is the Alpina Fat Cat. Very, very late. Last one's out of the pits. They don't want to slack too much time getting around. There's a minute 30 lap at full push for these guys, but on an out lap. Want to get the tyres warmed up. Don't want to be burning too much. You also want to get that gap to not get influenced by dirty air, which is what we all hate on this game, but especially in qualifying. So who'll be first to do a lap? There's a Red Bull. It's okay in the pit, so it will be Top Bungo to begin his lap, followed by Jorgo. So, beginning the laps here for our final runs in qualifying. We'll see how Top Bungo stacks up in this first sector. A little bit deep there, but he's able to cut it in very well. He's 1.9 tenths up on his time, having to counter steer a little bit there. Another small correction there, but he is pushing very hard as Top Bongo. He's gone purple in the first sector. So it's been not a bad start to the lap at all for him. Oxchillo now comes around the final corner to start his lap. 20 seconds. Whoever's out this final corner, left for dead, he's got to hurry up. He should make it though, he'll make it easily. As we now look at Top Bongo, he's lost a bit of time, but it's all good as Fat Cat nearly cut the corner there, I think. Exploiting the track limits as much as he can. It's 500ths down for Mick Jammy. Not ideal as Campbell Adams is improving. He's found time. Absolutely finding all the limits here around this Circuit of the Americas track. And now PCHR, Campbell Adams is on a very, very good lap so far. Fat Cat. He's going to get a little bit of a tow here from the car in front. Is the Ferrari of Mozza or Sammy, I believe. He might get impacted by this tow a little bit. We'll see. Campbell, he's 500ths up. He's lost just a tiny bit of time. Meowsy's up. Fat Cat, I did not see the sector split. I haven't seen it for Left 4 Dead either. So these guys will come around the final corners very soon. So Meowsy, what can he do? Can he challenge for pole or the front row? It is. He goes faster than his teammate, but Fat Cat is down. This is huge. Campbell Adams' final corner. Is it going to be pole position on his return to Wallaby? It most certainly is. Campbell Adams, 30.120. It's a great lap, unless Left 4 Dead has anything to say about it, and he cannot. So, P4 for Left 4 Dead, and on his return, a statement for Campbell Adams. 3/10 he takes pole position by, with Meowsy in second. That's qualifying here at Texas. So there you go. Very competitive at the top. We've got Oxcello P5 with a ZK 6th. Jono 7th. Alex Keeley 8th. Did he do it is 9th. I need to figure out who that actually is. Sammy 10th. It is 11th for XD Lamb, reserving JDR Mr. Thunder 12th, with 13th for Echo, 14th for Pop Top Bongo, 15th for Jorgo, 16th for Uff and Hoof, and starting 17th is Mozza. Fairly close grid, you must say. So, we will get ready for the race to begin. 28 laps. It's looking very cloudy out there, very overcast conditions we have. But I think the Williams is, the RB, is, it's one of the ones that got moved up, I think. Is it Echo? No, Echo's in the Aston. I don't know who it is. I'll have a look. Where's tier 1 attendance? We'll have a look. Potato. Did he do it? Oh, he's on PC now, so he's probably changed his name to something. These drivers get ready to go. As we go 5 red lights for round number 6 here at COTA. And we are underway. It's a jump start for Fat Cat. I was just about to say that. And that is a massive, massive, massive moment for the Alpine driver in his championship battle then. So, not the start he would have wanted. A horrible start for Left 4 Dead though. He's dropped all the way down to 8th. Is he going to drop down to even 9th? He's gone from 4th, lost 4 positions off the start. He's side by side and there's contact. What a save that is almost. But he's spun and a massive blow for Left 4 Dead as he goes round to the back. It is Campbell Adams P2, P3 for Meowsy, 4th for Oxchillo, 5th for Alex Keeley. Great start there from the Williams driver, 6th for ZK, 7th for Potato at the moment. 8th for Jono, 9th for Sammy, 10th for XD Lambert. We see the inside for Oof. He backs up the pack, and that might have given Formula Echo a little bit of damage there on the front wing, but I think he's all good. Side by side then. Down the back, Potatoes looking at a move on ZK. Down the inside. Can he get the job done? He pushes ZK to the outside. A little bit of wheel banging. ZK on the inside. Potato will try to hold it, but does not have the traction at the moment. So, as he goes for the inside, a massive lunge, and ZK opened the door for him, and Potato gives him no space, no mercy on the outside. And I think that's a fair move, you have to say. So, gets the position, Fat Cat into the pits then. But yeah, not what Left 4 Dead would have needed at all. Already struggling at the moment. He finished down in 10th, I believe, last week at Singapore. He's down in 5th, I think, in the championship. So he's got a lot of work to do now to make up some of these crucial spots, especially with Fat Cat now right behind. He's only 2 seconds behind this train. He can definitely still catch back up and contend for some good points in this race, so it's not over at all for Fat Cat in the slightest. He's already broken a second gap to Meowsy has Campbell Adams. 1.5 seconds. And the fact that this guy has not touched the F1 game since last year, it's quite astonishing to be out here already pulling gaps like this, but still a long way to go in this race. Oh yeah, sorry, I completely forgot. Oh, look at tyres too. Forgot to do all the stuff that I do usually. But so Campbell leads, Meowsy second, 3rd for Oxchillo, 4th for Alex Keeley. These guys have broken away from Potato and ZK, so it's a top 4 train from 2nd to 4th. So Left 4 Dead did get past Jorgo, and now up to 14th place. Sitting comfortably in the DRS train are these drivers. Yeah, that's possibly right. No rain, you did say earlier, but I have noticed a lot of underfueling amongst the field. You see Sammy, Jorgo, ZK, Alex Keeley, and Oxchillo, and Left 4 Dead as well. All of these guys did underfuel, so we'll see if they can do a good job at saving their fuel and getting back into the positives. A little bit wide there. Alex Keeley snapping due to the snap of oversteer on the exit of the penultimate corner. saves it well. There's Oxchillo getting closer to the back of Meowsy. Campbell gets that gap out to 3 seconds. And Hoof making moves, getting past Muzzle. Muzzle's going to try to fight it back, but he will back out, as he should, into this section. As Hoof, though, gets a penalty this early on lap 4. Will we see a lot more penalties to come from these drivers? COTA's a very difficult track in terms of track limits, especially when you're pushing as hard as these guys are. And Hoof already pushing very hard. So Pop Top under a bit of pressure then from Left 4 Dead. He's going to try and get a move done here. He is burning quite a lot, is Pop Top Bongo, but so is Left 4 Dead. But the straight line speed of the Williams might be too much. He's going to try to defend it. Left 4 Dead. He's going to have a look on the outside. It's a very tight gap there. They both leave each other plenty of space. Great racing between the two. And it's going to be the inside line for Left 4 Dead. Pop Top has to oblige. And it will be 13th for Left 4 Dead. So he's now got another position gained. And now the likes of Potato and ZK have caught the top guys. I want to refer to this as like top 4, and then Campbell's just in the zone tier at the moment. Because he has run away, 3.5 seconds is the gap, and we're only on lap 5, so he's only going to keep increasing it further and further from here unless something happens. But looks like it'll just be medium hard for everyone, as they've all opted for the medium tyres, all these drivers. So it looks like we won't see any alternate strategies at the moment, because I'm pretty sure it's just medium hard. As there goes Left 4 Dead. I think he would have gotten a warning there. Surely he would have gotten a warning for that. He did not. That looked like a massive corner cut on the screen, but I could be very much wrong. As Uffenhoof now, they're all holding these guys behind. Pop Top Bongo tries to have a look at Uffenhoof on the inside. Uff holds it around the outside, and he will stay ahead of the Williams as Jono gets ZK. So not much ZK can do, falling back a little bit further in this train. Down to 7th as Jono's championship leader moves up into 6th. Will be another big gain for the Aston Martin driver if he can pull off a strong result tonight. Fat Cat is 2nd in the championship, I believe. Or it might be Alex Keeley who's 2nd. So I'll have to do the driver standing, seems like but usually Maddie on comms, but cannot make it tonight, so I've just jumped back in. Might go for a move here on Mozza down this next straight. Mozza's going to look to try and defend this. He's got significantly more battery, but Left 4 Dead's got a much better run out of that corner. So coming onto the back straight, they're both going to be burning a lot of battery. The straight line speed of the Ferrari is a little bit too much, unless the McLaren will go for a dive bomb. He will on the outside, but surely he does not get the grip to go for it all the way. And he will sit behind for a little bit longer, does the McLaren team principal, unless he goes for a move on the inside, but he will sit back once again. It's What Now? Hello, What Now? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a lovely Wednesday night. Long time no see. So we got our first pit stop. Jono, early, very early. Indeed, going on to the hards. So interesting call there from Jono's. JDI picks up the 3-second penalty, so he's the next driver to do so. Have a guess. What now? You probably haven't seen me since I commentated Rapid. That's how long ago it has been. ZK fighting for his life to stay in the train, and unfortunately he could not do so. So, no, not Wooly. Interesting guess, but no. I don't think Rapid is back at all. They said they're not doing a season. They are in a gap. But it is Maxi Boy on the comms tonight. Would normally be Skillsy, but so Sammy's coming in. I've got the gap to leader up for a little bit for you, Wingy. I just told you. Oh, JDI's gone for a spin, I think. Out of turn 1. And even with the penalty as well, drops all the way down to the back. Who's got fastest lap, Campbell? It's 49. Yeah, they're not doing a season. Is what now 49? Nearly the big 50. Nearly the big half century. The youngster. Noodles is 60. Damn, I didn't think Noodles was that old. I'm doing pretty good. As Alex Keely's coming into the pits. So we'll see these guys coming in. Surely I'm that uncoordinated with this game at the moment. Is it a one-stop still? Or do they do twos here? Because they're pitting very early. But I mean, it's... I think it's a one... It would have to be one stop, isn't it? I think so. Ooh, Pop Top Bongo gets a 3-second time penalty. And Fat Cat gets a penalty as well. That is big. Where even is he? All the way down on 14th. And so another victim to the penalties. Let's have a gaze at our penalties. He got a jump start. And then he got 1 track limit warning, 2 track limit warnings, and then that was the final blow. ZK's on 2 warnings, so he's got to be a bit careful now. No for Oxchillo, no for any of the McLarens. I'm noticing in there. As Meowsy comes into the pits. It looks like Mercedes is coming in as well. Mozza will stay out. So we'll inherit 3rd place, Mr. Mozza. And now will we see possible undercuts for Alex Keeley? But he's actually been undercutted by Jono, big time. Jono will look to get past the Alpine. I think he's got to try and get something, but he cannot. It would have been very huge for him if he could get ahead of Meowsy, but it was just not able to happen. Okay, well, what is going on? We've got in the ball again. You're grumpy. JJ. So all these guys have pitted. Fat Cat's come out ahead of Left 4 Dead. I still race in Wallaby, but that's all I do. More focused on just helping out running the league now as an admin. So top two have made their way into the pits, clutching the speed limit board as we got a move on the inside. Jono not messing around, needing to get past Pop Top. He's also got ahead of Meowsy before then, and Meowsy's tried to go for a move, and contact is made between the two, and now he's ahead. But look at Alex Keeley, he's having a look on the inside of his teammate, and he gets it done. So that's massive for Campbell Adams. He's come out still in the lead, ahead of Mozza, and even with that massive undercut, Jono could have gotten it. No one's really behind Campbell. He's in a world of his own at the moment, and it looks like he is one that can... He's definitely the favourite to win this race at the moment. That's all I have to say. Muscle memory definitely kicking straight back into gear for Campbell. There's Oxchillo getting past the Pop Top Bongo. And now he needs to try and get a move done on Alex Keeley, but he is just under a second behind. He'll stay in the DRS, but he did get undercut by the Williams. So we'll see. He'll have better tyres for the end though, so he can possibly go for moves later on Pop Top. He gets a penalty for speeding the pits. Big shame as Jono gets past Mozza. Big chance for him as Meowsy got it done going into turn one, which means now Meowsy's got to sit behind Mozza on the warm mediums for this entire sector. Sit in the dirty as Jono has the opportunity to pull away. He needs to get the move done down that next straight, but Mozza's got a full tank of battery to spend here. He's burning a little bit too much before then. To try and negate the send from Meowsy, but a switchback is inevitable, and he gets the move done. He pulls that to the left-hand side, sorry, and he will move ahead. So now Alex Keeley needs to get past here, and ideally Oxchillo will need to soon, but he's a little bit too far back, so will not get the move done. So Ox will want to get this done soon. Mozza does anything. Oxchillo around the outside. This could be a good overtake. He gets it done. Great bit of racing from the two. And respect to Mozza staying out, but I think it's time he should come into the pits and get onto some fresh hard tyres to go to the end of this race. But he will stay out one more. Very interesting choice. That's all I have to say. Jono still in second. He's got 3 laps older tyres compared to the others. But Fat Cat, another penalty. That's not ideal for his hopes in this race. 6 seconds. And that will drop him behind Left 4 Dead, but ahead of Ryan Adair. So let's see what can be done here as neither of the drivers go for a move. It's the heat wave. I haven't had a heat wave where I live. It's actually been... We had rain for the first time in a while. It was quite cool. But yeah, you can definitely see the intensity starting to build up. Fat Cat trying to get a move done on the Ferrari of Mozza. This is a battle for P9 here. Will Mozza stay out one more lap just to try and make things a little bit more annoying? But he comes into the pits, now leaving the Alpine a little bit vulnerable then to Left 4 Dead. But I think Lefty will sit behind for this first sector. So we'll come back to this battle when we get to that back straight once again. We'll see if Lefty can get something done. Offenhoff, I believe that is 6 seconds now. Or and penalties wise, Left 4 Dead just a little bit too far back. Got the battery, but just that little bit too far back to make the move. So have a beer. I'm underage. I cannot have a beer, I'm afraid. No beers for me. Pepsi, yeah, that's much better. Got my water though. Holy Campbell Adams. Nah, it's PCHR, Matty. Get it right. We don't know who Campbell Adams is. We're going back to season 7 with this one. When he was originally in the McLaren. Before getting traded off to the Merc. Still don't know how Maney, who at the time was the McLaren TP, allowed that trade to happen, but he did. Possibly the biggest trade in Wallaby history. Definitely. Oh my goodness. Mousy attacking Jono big time. The two trying to leave each other space, but also not giving him that much room to deal with. Jono on the inside. He'll have the better run, but Mousy will get a switch back there as we head into the final few corners, but he will sit behind. And now it's very close between 2nd and 8th. Once he gets a penalty, he sacrificed a lot just to hold some people. I will say that. Oh, and I missed it. But Left 4 Dead's gotten past Fat Cat. But now I'm sure these two will work together as they can, hopefully for them, catch up to this group of cars here. Be a part of the main battle. Yeah, 10 seconds. GG. Now's the chance for Meowsy round the outside. Jono will fight. He'll have the inside. And he will hold on for now, but Meowsy has the inside for the next corner. Is that going to be the advantage? But Jono will have the inside again. He can go for a send and a dive bomb. It's the same thing, but he does the same thing as last lap. However, Meowsy gets the better run. Difference there, round the outside for Jono. He holds it. The two still go side by side, and it is going to be Jono who holds on. Some great battling, great defending there from the Aston Martin. He is fighting for his life to get second, but it's holding up the train more. The gap's down to 3.5 seconds. So Left for Dead and Meowsy, not Meowsy, sorry, Fat Cat are catching up. Meowsy, however, is still trying to get a move done. He's forcing his way to try to just get past, but he cannot do it. Jono is just not allowing it to happen. However, the battery difference is very, very large. And it's going to be a massive advantage for Meowsy going down this back straight. With Alex Keeley in hot pursuit as well. Fat Cat gets another penalty. That's 9 seconds. He's going to drop behind Ryan Adair, behind Hoof and Hoof, and oh no, he won't be behind Hoof. He's also got the pens. So here comes Meowsy. He's got the slipstream. He's got the DRS. He doesn't need the slipstream as he goes ahead. Jono will fight it down the inside once again. He's really, really fighting it, is this Aston Martin. Round the outside, will be the inside for the next corner. Dive bomb possibilities here. And he's going to do it again, but Meowsy will have the better line on the outside, the better traction there. Can he get the move done? Finally, Jono holds it round the outside. This is brilliant side-by-side racing there. Coming into the penultimate corner. It's the outside this time for Meowsy. It's going to be the inside for Jono, and it's done. Meowsy finally gets by. And after so many laps of sitting behind him, he gets ahead. And now he can fly in the clean air as Oxchillo getting past Alex Keeley as well. Ox will want to try and get past Jono now as soon as he can. Some brilliant racing between Jono and Meowsy. Time and time again. Very close racing between the two, and they've done it very well. 2 seconds now. Left for Dead is catching ZK. Depends if he can clear his way through this pack, but he can get some solid points. That's a penalty. That's not going to help him his chances whatsoever. So, P9 at best, it looks like. Unless something major happens in these final 10.5 laps of racing. But for Campbell Adams, 15 seconds out in front, he's in his own league. It's unbelievable. I must say, Jono's doing a very good job of sticking with Meowsy. He's dropping back a bit now though. ZK gets a penalty, so there's some hope there for Left for Dead to get higher than 9. He's pushing very hard. If he can get past ZK, it will be P8. And we're doing it again. The stream is bugging out. Come on.